In this video I'll be reviewing the Umarex Fusion CO2 powered air rifle. This air gun is chambered in .177 caliber and uses two 12-gram CO2 air cartridges. You get about 50 shots per fill. Stock on this air gun is fully synthetic. Has a rubber butt plate. This air gun utilizes a bolt action mechanism with an automatic safety. So each time you cock the air gun, safety is automatically engaged. To disengage the safety, you simply pull it back. The safety is plastic, and so is the trigger housing. The trigger itself is metal, along with the bolt and the bolt probe. You load the pellet in here. The trigger pull on this gun is good. I've got no complaints with it. I'll go ahead and give you a demonstration. Please note this air gun isn't loaded. This air gun also came with a 4x32 scope, which is fairly accurate. I'll be going over the accuracy here in a minute. The bolt housing and the barrel are metal. The barrel band is synthetic along with the stock. It's the same type of synthetic material. The suppressor on this air gun is non-removable. Even though it has a grub screw, when this grub screw is removed, the suppressor still does not come off. I don't know if it's held on by an epoxy or some sort of adhesive, but it does not come off even with the grub screw removed. As far as the velocity on this air gun, the manual says you get about 700 feet per second with lead and 750 with alloy. With my chronographing, I only got an average with lead of 672.6 feet per second. I had a high of 680.7 and a low of 671.8. When I tested it with alloy pellets, I got an average of 715.5 feet per second with a high of 722.1 and a low of 705.1. The lead pellets used for the chronographing were these 7-grain hollow points. These are the Beeman hollow point coated pellets. And at 676.2 feet per second with a 7-grain pellet, comes out to about 7 foot-pounds with this air gun. The alloy pellets I used were the RWS Hypermax. I didn't calculate the foot-pounds. I personally don't like alloy pellets, but because of the weight, these will have less foot-pounds than lead. And I think it only went about 40 feet per second faster. But these are only, I think, 5 grains. Yeah, 5.2 grains. And as I said, I don't necessarily like these pellets. The accuracy I got at with this air gun using the Beeman hollow point coated pellets was good. This is at about 60 feet. These are two separate groupings, 3 pellets each. Give you a reference point of these with these holes. Here's that 7-grain hollow point. And that was using this scope that was included with the air gun. I don't necessarily like these scopes and will be removing it, but I did use it the entire time I've shot in this air gun and for the review. Now, most people are purchasing this air gun because of the sound, or lack of sound, how quiet it is. And yeah, it's quiet. There's no doubt about it. With my DB tester, it tests at about 80 decibels, which is similar to hand clapping. It is very backyard friendly, and I recommend this air gun. I think the total cost was 180 bucks with shipping, and I've had no issues. I did at first have an issue with leaking, and that was easily fixed by adjusting the CO2 cap. And some of the negative reviews with this air gun was the leaking. But like I said, you just simply adjust your CO2 knob, which I show how you do that in a separate video, and you'll have no leaking. And that's going to conclude this part of the review. On the other half of the video will be me shooting the air gun. So if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them below, and thank you for watching this review.